Let's talk about some divine connections for a minute and being open to spirit. So I was just walking down the street and was on a phone call with a friend, and I was walking around by Army Navy Beach, and there's these steps that go down to the beach, and I wasn't going to go that way. I have a normal route, and then I decided, to listen. And I felt like the Spirit told me, go walk down the steps. I have somebody I want you to meet. So it's like, it's not really where I'm going. It says, Spirit says, go down to those steps. I have somebody I want you to meet. So I walked over there. I was on the phone. And as soon as I walked over the ridge and I saw a gentleman standing down in the kind of like the plateau area where the steps come down and they go, and he raised his hands up doing yoga, and the Spirit said, that's the man. You're supposed to meet him. So finished up my phone call. I was on the phone and I was like, well, God, if you want me to meet him, then you're gonna have to keep him there for a minute because I'm not done with my phone call. And felt certain that God said, yeah, he's not going anywhere. So talked on the phone for about another 5 minutes, walked down. He was doing a little bit of breath work. And I waited and I just kind of stood by him and looked at him, watched him doing his work. A couple people walked by and thought we were all a little far out, but whatever. And afterwards I said, hey brother, I said, the Spirit told me to come down here and to affirm whatever's happening in your heart right now. And so I just want to bless whatever's happening in your heart. So he said, there's a lot happening, but I just got some clarity. And then after we just thanked God for the affirmation, we went on this huge conversation about having backgrounds in Christianity, but yet being open to the Christ that is in us, through us. And he shared with me that he's there because he's waiting for a bookstore to open. There's a book that he wants to get for his Christian friend who he's helping to enter into more of a spiritual or mystical sort of Christian experience. And I said, I'm a pastor and I help people enter into greater oneness with God. And so I went and went on explaining to him that this is what I do. This is just who I am, crossing the street. And this is what I do. And he was like, that's why I was supposed to meet you. He says, I'm supposed to meet you because you're doing the very things with people that I'm supposed to do with him. And I was able to share with him about ways that we can gently talk to our Christian friends about entering into some greater expansive awareness of the beauty of the Holy Spirit working in us and through us. More greater connection to who God has created and called us to be, unified with the Spirit of the living God. And that we're able to use language sometimes that might feel conservative or old or whatever, that help us enter into greater states of awareness to who we really are. Beloved of God. So my point is that just be mindful and aware of those divine connections, what's happening. If you have an intuitive hunch, we just do that. That is truly hearing the voice of God and acting on the voice of God. And so I made a friend today. His name's Charles. And beautiful, beautiful gentleman who had amazing dreadlocks and just such a pureness about him whenever I looked in his eyes. So that's one of many stories. I've met about 6 people this week, just at random, because I've just chosen to see in the Spirit instead of the flesh. Let's do that. Share with me your stories. It's a revolution, presence revolution that's happening. Let's do it.